What's up, everybody? So today I am continuing my rummage of the lot that I recently got, a 1,000 card vintage lot. And today I'll be focusing on 1955 and 1956 tops, two of my favorite sets of all time. But before I get into that, I just wanted to show you guys something that a baseball collector sent me, and I figured I'd share this with you guys. He bought an enormous lot of autographs that are basically postcards, and he sent me three of them. I believe three that he had duplicates of, all players that played in New York, starting with this absolutely beautiful Pee Wee Reese, obviously as part of the Brooklyn Dodgers there. All these guys are Hall of Famers. Pee Wee Reese, a 10-time All-Star, and you can see on the back, really, really nice. And you can see that they're numbered 8,356 of 10,000. So really, really cool. Pee Wee Reese. Let's put that in the background. Then we have Catfish Hunter, obviously with the Yankees there. Won a World Series with the Yankees in 1977 and 78, and I believe another three with the Athletics. Again, another Hall of Famer, and wow, this is really nice. Definitely seeing this up close is pretty amazing. And then finally, Bill Dickey, one of the guys, one of those Yankees that I think is very underappreciated. I mean, I would actually, consider him to be a top 10 Yankee of all time. You think about all the great Yankees that have played. He was a 14-time World Series champion. That's unbelievable. An 11-time All-Star. And anyway, looking at all three of these up close is pretty amazing. And I believe these were, you can see when they were inducted on the back, but these were put together back in 1989. And, another kind of amazing thing is that all three of these guys, I believe, died in the 90s. So to have all three of these signed on a beautiful postcard is really, really awesome. So, Mike, thank you so much. I got to find a place for these, like a really nice holder. Who knows? Maybe I'll bring them with me to Chicago and get them slabbed or do something. I have to figure out how to kind of encapsulate them. Next up, so wanted to get into the 55-56 breakdown. I'm not going to get into every single card because there were so many. There were 71 1955 Topps cards, and this is a big brick of it. And here is another gigantic big brick of it. And then another 50 cards as part of the 56 Topps set. I love 55 Topps and 56 Topps. 55 Topps, I didn't realize, only has 206 cards in it. I'm just kind of going through them real quick. I'll give you guys a breakdown of the top 20 cards, but I figured I'd give you guys a quick view into some of the other cards that were in there. All of them in really, really nice condition. Some of them, when you start looking at them up close, some of them are not as nice as others. But it's amazing, after all this time, and, considering I basically got these cards for $2 a piece, pretty darn good. And so, again, going through the 55, another stack of 55s. And, I didn't want to, go through every single card one by one, just because this will be a 1 hour long video, but I figured I'd go through these real quick with you guys. Just an absolutely beautiful, and because it's only 206 cards, there were a couple of cards that were left out. You could, considering I have 71 here plus, a couple others that I had in the past. I wonder if I could, put that set together. I already have the Clemente, I have some of the bigger cards. One of the cards that I'm missing is the Harmon Killebrew rookie. But if it's only a 200 card set, I might be pretty close to, or maybe halfway through putting the set together. So these are all 56. And one more pile just to show you guys real quick of 56 Topps cards. Pretty amazing lot of cards. And like I said, guys, all right, so let me go through what I thought were the top 20 cards as part of that 55, 56, if you're just looking at those particular sets. So at number 20, I got Larry Doby, and this card would obviously be a lot higher. Broke the MLB color barrier in the American League in 1947, seven-time All-Star, and a Hall of Famer. But the reason why it's number 20 on this list is because it's not in very good condition. Way off center. All the corners are pretty rounded. But a really nice card from 56 Topps. At number 19 is another Hall of Famer, Hal Newhouser. Another Hall of Famer, again, through a triple crown for pitchers. And I just thought it was odd. I was reading up on him, and after his career, he's a Hall of Fame pitcher, and I think he was the vice president for a bank for like 20 years. It's just amazing how things have changed, you know. Players obviously didn't earn as much as they do today. So he had to work at the bank after his career was over. But I always love, you know, the back of these cards. You know, it's like a little cartoon. Tells you a little bit about the player, maybe a little bit of trivia. And then on top of that, you can see here, he went 7-2 with a 2.49 ERA back in 1954. At number 18, now some of these cards, it may not make sense because of my order. You know, some of them are higher up on the list based on the condition of the card. So this particular card, Arnold Portacerrero. I don't know much about him. You can see he's a pitcher for the Athletics, but I thought this card looked really nice. Even though he's sort of a common player, I decided to put it in my top 20 at number 18, ahead of two Hall of Famers, because if you are a collector, you know that condition is everything. Moving along, at number 16 is this card, Tommy Carroll. He only had 30 at-bats in the majors, but batted .300 with 15 runs scored. And again, you could obviously see that this is in really great condition, and part of the reason why I have it at number 16. So really beautiful card of Tommy Carroll, and of course a Yankee shortstop back then. All right, this is number 16. Tommy Carroll was 17. Frank Leja at number 16. Again, another Yankee, beautiful looking card. Only had 23 at bats in the majors and had one hit. So we went 1 for 23 in his career. So let's see if we could see. You can see on the back. I'm assuming this is a rookie card because he only had 12 games in his career. And they were all the previous year, so this is 55, so it must have been 54. 5 at-bats, 1 hit. So that was his 1 hit when he batted .200 in 1954. But again, a beautiful-looking card. And part of the reason why I have it at 16. And just to keep the Yankees going, at number 15 is this Bob Grimm. And Bob Grimm won the AL Rookie of the Year in 1954. So this is a 55 top. So let's see. So yeah, you could clearly see why he went in that year. He went 20-6 with a 3.26 ERA. So really nice looking card. And if he was Rookie of the Year, it's probably either a second year or a rookie card of Bob Grimm. But again, really nice looking card. Obviously a little off center top to bottom. Next up at number 14 is this guy, Bob Skinner. And he was a 1954 rookie, 3-time All-Star. So again, I believe this is a rookie card. You can see here in his first year, 470 at-bats, 117 hits. And just love these cards. Bob Skinner, first base. Next up, at number 13 is this guy, Hector Lopez. And he's sort of known as being the third outfielder back when during the Roger Maris, Mickey Mantle era, for the Yankees in the 1960s. So it'd be like Maris, Mantle, and Hector Lopez patrolling the outfield for the Yankees in the 1960s. And again, a really nice looking card. You can see the edge up here is not too great, but a beautiful 1956 Topps Hector Lopez. At number 12 is this card, another Yankee, Gil McDougald. 6-time All-Star, 5-time World Series champion with the Yankees, and a 1951 Rookie of the Year. So, like I say, he led the American League in fielding, and really nice looking card of a second third base New York Yankees, Gil McDougald. At number 11 is this guy, Bob Miller, and really nice looking card, 55 Topps, and there's the back. Next up is at number 10 was this guy, Nelly Fox, a Hall of Famer. He was inducted in 1997, 15-time All-Star, 2,663 hits. And again, not higher on the list, mainly because of the condition of the card. I do believe this card is better looking than the Hal Newhouser and the Larry Doby. So it's a little bit higher on the list, but it's only at number 10. And played, I believe, most of his career with the White Sox. So really, really nice looking card there. All right, so at number 9, we got Carlos Paula. This is a rookie card. Again, a beautiful looking card. Here he is with the Washington Nationals. I believe he was with, they were the Senators in 1954. So really nice looking card there. And again, number 8, look at this card. It almost looks like a reprint, but it is the real deal. 1955 Topps, Bob Milliken. And again, basically at number 8 because of the condition of the card. And he was part of the 1953 World Series Brooklyn Dodgers. At number 7, this is the Jackie Jensen, who was an AL MVP in 1958. And again, really nice looking card. Outfielder for the Red Sox. 56 Topps. At number 6 was this guy, Harry Aness, who was kind of a big deal, back... he was an All-American, basically, that passed up a career with the Cleveland Indians. But after 2 years with the majors, he died of pneumonia. And just one of those sort of tragic stories. And this is his rookie card. But just the fact that he sort of threw away an opportunity to play in the NFL after being an All-American and decided to play baseball and then passed away after 2 years in the majors was a big deal back in 1955, 1956. At number 5 is this beautiful Mickey McDermott. Again, sort of making the list based on condition. And he had 12 years in the majors, won a $7 million lottery after he retired. I thought that was kind of interesting. But just a really nice looking card of Mickey McDermott. At number 4 is this Ernie Banks, 1956 Topps Ernie Banks. Probably the greatest Cub that's ever played, Mr. Cub, 512 home runs. Obviously not in great condition. Maybe a PSA 2, I'm thinking. But obviously, whenever you get an Ernie Banks, it's probably going to get submitted to PSA. Got 3 more to go. At number 3 is this Phil Rizzuto. And number 189 as part of that 1956 Topps set. So I believe it's part of that high numbered series, which also makes it a little bit more valuable. I grabbed a quote from Phil Rizzuto just because you guys know I love him as an announcer. One of his quotes, he said, "I'll never forget September 6, 1950. I got a letter threatening Hank Bauer, Yogi Berra, and Johnny Mize. It said if I showed up in uniform against the Red Sox, I'd be shot. I turned the letter over to the FBI and told my manager, Casey Stengel, about it. You know what Casey did? he gave me a different uniform and gave mine to Billy Martin. Can you imagine that? Guess Casey thought it'd be better if Billy got shot. I could just, for some reason, I could picture Phil Rizzuto actually saying that. But just a really nice looking card. I'll throw that in the background. At number 2 is Teddy Ballgame, Ted Williams. Probably the greatest hitter of all time. And he's now frozen in kryptonite forever. And it's kind of cool because this was my best card as a kid. The 1955 Topps Ted Williams. I remember having this sort of on my mantle, and it was like, you know, a $400 card in the Beckett. And now I own the 55 Topps and the 56 Topps Ted Williams. Two really awesome cards. And then at number 1 has got to be the Hank Aaron. This is a second-year Aaron, so this is the 55 Topps Hank Aaron. And really cool to get my hands. I've always sort of wanted this card. You know, again, a second-year card of Hank Aaron. Probably would like to eventually pick it up in higher grade. But for now, just an absolutely beautiful card and every reason to be number 1 on my 1955 through 1956 Topps list of the vintage cards that I picked up recently. So there you have it, guys. Just an awesome lot. And hopefully it's as fun for you guys watching these videos as it is for me to put them together. More to come going forward. I've only gone to 56. There are cards all the way through 69. But it's been fun kind of going through all these cards. Let me know if you guys have any comments, questions, and I'll talk to you later.